In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a CSI specification. So we need a couple of pieces of information here to complete this task. And what I want to do is introduce you first to a more simplistic version of how a designer might track and specify furniture pieces and other information on a really small project. So what you're seeing on my screen are two pages. The one on the left is a floor plan. Sometimes we call this a furniture plan since it does have furniture pieces indicated on it. Now you can see here, we're going to focus in on some of the seating here. You can see here that there are a few different types of seating. This is S1 and there's two of those. S2, and then we've got 6 versions of S3 in this office here. Lots of different S4s and then 2 window treatments here. So what we're going to do is just create a CSI specification using the CSI template for S3. Now, CSI is really one of these organizations that helps designers organize lots of information about specifications, and we're going to use a very basic template provided by them. Now you can see here, I have populated some of the information in this template already before I have even gone to a manufacturer's website to get information. So if I want to correspond S3 on the floor plan or furniture plan here to more detailed information about it, maybe even more detailed than I'd want to show in a schedule like we've seen in other videos. In this case, I want to talk about it here and begin by indicating that we're talking about a chair in the office and that it's the guest chair and it's item number S3. So that's the furniture designation here. Now, much more than that information I can't get from this floor plan. The rest I have to populate from the manufacturer's website. So I'm going to go over to the Material Bank website and let's say that I am specifying this guest chair. Now, this one has a slightly different base than the one that I have pictured, but the process is the same. So what we can see here is we've got information about the product itself, general information, characteristics, some performance criteria, and you can see that I have put that information over here already. The brand, the product name, the product number, a description, some dimensions, and information about the finishes. Now, I have put my version of that chair over here, and you can see it's just copied and pasted from the website down here. Like I say, they don't have the star base that I wanted. They just have this a little bit more contemporary base shown. So the next thing I want to do is specify on this CSI template the upholstery. And you can see here, I've got a little picture of it here, and I've actually got information from the manufacturer's website that's been populated through the Material Bank, and that's been posted here. And so you can see here, once again, there's a lot of information about the product itself. And you can see here, I've got information about the manufacturer. It's a COM, which means it's a customer's own material. In other words, it's not going to be upholstered in something from Hayworth, which is the brand of the chair. So we have a COM product, and so it's from Design Text. That's the manufacturer. We've got the pattern and color information here, Beguiled by the Wild, and it's an orchid mantis. You can see here there's information about the content, what's it made out of, how often does the pattern repeat, how wide is the bolt of fabric itself, and that information comes right here. We also have information about how it's going to be upholstered. So we're going to upholster this chair up the roll, or essentially how the upholstery would come if we rolled it from the roll onto the chair vertically, as opposed to turning the roll of fabric or railroading it by turning it 90 degrees. And so that's what we put their direction. And you can see we've got a bunch of performance criteria that we have pulled from the manufacturer's website at the Material Bank. And so you can see here, once we have our version of our floor plan, we have our furniture plan here, our version of the furniture plan. We've got information all about that chair S3. Now we have a whole lot more information about this project. And then we would just complete the process by creating one of these sample CSI specifications for all of the other furniture pieces and window treatments that are shown on this plan.